Hello everybody and welcome to our next instalment from Aspen People. Today we'd like to introduce to you our housing partnership that we've come up with in answer to our clients' requests. I'm Nigel Fortnum, a director with Aspen People, and I'm joined today with two of my colleagues, Debbie Shields, Associate Director, and Mike Orr, who a lot of you will already know in housing, our consultant. So the plan is for me to continue, I'm not retiring yet, you'll be delighted to know, but is to continue recruiting executives within the sector. And I will be delivering assignments right the way through from start to finish, both in directors and chief executives. However, we've decided that there is a need to attract equally good talent, possibly at a lower level within the industry, and to provide that continuity and succession planning, which is so important to all our organisations. We've decided to launch this separate service. So with that, I'm going to hand you over to Mike, who will deliver this service. And Mike, if you could explain to our viewers the service level.
Thanks, Nigel. Yes, so the service we have designed is to be targeted at the management level. Nigel just mentioned our track record in the executive level recruitment in the sector. I'm sure we've worked with many of you and hope to continue that into the future. But we have had feedback from our existing clients and sector in general about the difficulties of recruiting for management positions through advertising only. At the executive level, we do recognise that the search element of what Aspen offers makes the difference. It's what attracts our candidates, it's what gives you the assurance that the market has been tested, which is a really key need in any recruitment exercise. So we've redesigned the service at the management level where we can offer our clients the same extensive search, networking and advertising campaign that we offer at the exec level. And that's been developed in partnership with some of our clients who've given us really useful feedback. And recently we completed an assignment with Shire Housing, where Jim fed back to us that his initial attempts at the recruitment he didn't necessarily have the results he hoped for. But with Aspen's targeted search and networking and marketing campaign, we did successfully appoint to two key positions within the business, and look forward to hearing how those successes go. So what we offer at the management level, the service will have the same quality you'd expect from Aspen. We will search the market, targeting individuals, networking through certain peer groups and contacts to really test all areas. And we can also explore other sectors to give you and your board and your team the assurance that the full economy of Scotland has been explored for your next candidate. As part of that, we also will help you with recommendations and consult you on the best assessment processes, and we can assist at interviews if required to give you that full partnership approach.
Okay, Mike, thank you for that. Obviously, folks, we've lived through an unbelievable, unprecedented time, in all our lives, and it's changed the workplace, and it will never go back to the way it was before. And working patterns, working styles will be different, and therefore it has created a need for a separate service. And it's a very specialist service, and we've been fortunate that we have Debbie, who has got a great deal more experience, in this area than we have as Aspen, from an executive search point of view. So I'll hand over to Debbie, and Debbie's going to take you through the new offering.
Yep, thanks, Nigel. I think last year of 2020 opened up some opportunities along with all the other stuff and all the bad bits that we don't want to talk about. But I think there are some opportunities in there, and I think from speaking to candidates over the course of the last almost 12 months now, that people are looking at things a little bit differently. They're able to either be a little bit more flexible or have thought and rethought about how they want to work. We had a lot of candidates last year who found themselves, unfortunately, in a different position than they were at the start of the year, work-wise, due to COVID. And we're really kind of thinking, well, I don't want to necessarily commit to something permanent right now. plus there maybe wouldn't have been as much around for them at that time. So we're quite keen to explore shorter term contracts, or maybe the idea of a kind of portfolio career, which might not have been something they thought about before. And on the same kind of level, we had clients coming to us saying they needed maybe some help for a few months or couldn't commit, they didn't know what the funding landscape was going to be like. So from both sides, there's really been a kind of change in thinking and what people want to candidates. We came up with Aspen Interim, and we were really pleased to launch that at the start of this year. And in the housing sector in particular, we've had a number of opportunities that have come up through that, and it's really nice to see us being able to work with clients that we know really well, and some that we maybe don't know so well in a really different way than we've worked before. And Mike works with me really closely on that as well, and is able to reach candidates right across the board. And again, COVID has meant that geography is not as much of an issue for people. So it means that, if we're working with an association in Glasgow and there's maybe someone, Edinburgh or further, where the commute might have put someone off being able to do something, it's taken that element out for quite a lot of it. So we're set up now in a way that we weren't before, and that we're working with a partner who can provide us with the payrolling services that we need, that we didn't have in-house before. So we can work on any kind of length of contract, whether it's a day a week or 3 days a week, or it's a full-time 6-month contract, whatever you need and whatever works for both sides, something that's going to be kind of meaningful and appropriate for both sides, and like I say, fully flexible. So the input that we need after that kind of initial information gathering part is very minimal. It works on a timesheet basis, it's all online, it's all digital, and it's really just a click of a button or two every week to get these things done. So once the candidates started, it's straightforward from both sides. So trying to minimise any extra work that you don't need, let's be honest, on top of everything else as well.
Okay, Debbie, Mike, thank you both very much, and thank you viewers for taking the time to look at what we've got to say. And this is not our day job, so we do the best we can. Like, nobody really likes being videoed, but anyway, hopefully it gets the message across. And if we can be of any further assistance, please don't hesitate to get in touch with anybody within the housing team. Thank you.